G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. I'm looking at the Master League, so I've got my standard team here, and what I'm actually going to do is swap it up a bit. I'm seeing a lot of Dialga leads at the moment, and Togekiss seems to have left the meta, so I don't know whether I should swap my Giratina out of the lead spot, but I will swap my Metagross for Snorlax. So Snorlax is running Lick and Body Slam and Earthquake, so tossing up between Earthquake and Superpower, but we'll see. So I'll run those through. I'm going to keep Giratina in the lead actually, and then we'll go from there. So let's see what our first battle is. So it should be interesting using a different slightly different team setup and throwing that Snorlax in there with all that bulk. So we've got a Melmetal off the lead, so that's a good start. So they're probably going to swap straight out, so let's see. So I'm going to blind swap straight into my own Dialga. Hopefully that means that I'll have be quick enough to be able to get to this second Iron Head. So they're not shielding. That's interesting. So I think I'm going to shield this one, and then that's very lucky. So I will just fast move farm them down, and now they're going to bring out their Melmetal again. Let's see what they do. So they're going to bring out the Melmetal again. So I don't know whether they will superpower me straight away. Let's have a look. If this isn't, and it's a Rock Slide bait, then happy days. It's not a Rock Slide bait. So I'm going to throw out my... So let's see what they've got. So that is perfect, because that means they're stuck now against my Snorlax. So obviously, if they're running Dragon Pulse, this isn't going to be so bad. So for them, it'll be worse for me. Let's hope they're not. Let's hope they're running... so they are running Dragon Pulse, which a lot of people are now, let's be honest. Let's just continue to lick this down. So I think... Will I commit a shield here? I think I will commit a shield here. So what I'm going to do is start to... so this is obviously not going to do much damage to them. So let's see what they do. So they're probably not going to shield that, which they don't. So I'll throw another one. And so by another one, I mean I will throw a Earthquake. And so they've not shielded that. Happy days. So they've got two shields. Let's see what they do. So I'm going to assume they're going to have to Rock Slide, because if they superpower me here, it's going to debuff them. Yeah, so they've debuffed. That's fine. So they've got debuffed massively, so there's just no point throwing the Shadow Ball, because I think they're going to have to start shielding now. So I might as well just throw these Ominous Winds, go for the boost, and then... Let's see what they've got. So they're going to Rock Slide me. Rock Slide's going to do less damage, because they've used the superpower. But I'll throw another Ominous Wind. Let's see what they do. So they've let that one go, so that's interesting. So they're throwing another Rock Slide, and I've got another Ominous Wind there. So we'll shield up this one, because if they don't, they're going to lose the match. Inevitable that they will lose this match, because they've been debuffed. So doing less damage and taking more. It's going to be closer than I would have liked, though, I'll be honest. So that's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. But having that debuff really worked in my favour, so that worked out alright. So obviously their Giratina was running Dragon Pulse, which is good for them. So it's a difficult one because obviously, let's jump straight into the next one. With Origin running Ominous Wind, you've got that boost chance, but then you are very, very susceptible to, if you get matched up with a Snorlax, you've lost. It's as simple as that. They can just lick you down and you do no damage whatsoever, so it is a difficult one. So let's see what they've got. So this is really bad for me. So I've managed, so I just don't know if that was quickly enough. Let's see what they do. So they may be going straight for the Iron Head, which they are. So I'm going to shield this up. So I'll overcharge a little bit here, make them want to, let's just get that in. So they will shield this up as well. There's no way they'll let their Dialga go down here. Oh wow, so they did let it go down, so that's really interesting. So they've got the shield advantage. Let's see what they've got. So they've got a, ooh, that's interesting. So I probably shouldn't have, I was thinking about what I'd do next for this one. Oh, so they did shield that, so that's really lucky for me. So we're down to equal shields now. So I'm not going to shield this. I'll let it come through. So what I imagine they will do, so there's the Surf there. So I'm going to throw out my Giratina. Let's see what they do. I'm just going to charge this up and then throw a Ominous Wind. Let's hope that they shield this one as well. Oh, so they've not shielded, so that's not good for me. So I'm going to have to shield their next one, because it could be the Blizzard running through. They're potentially baiting me, but I can't take that risk. Yeah, so it is the Surf, which is unfortunate. So let's, I need to throw this as well. So it'll be interesting to see what they have in the back, because if they're not switching out for a Kyogre, I'd suggest it's something like a Mewtwo or, oh, so it's their own Snorlax, so let's not let them get shields up. So for them to take me out effectively, they're going to have to use Superpower, which is going to debuff them, but let's be honest, they're probably going to do it. Oh no, so they're just going to straight up Body Slam me, that's fine. Let's go for my own Body Slam then, see if I can get the shield off of them at some point. So they're definitely going to use the shield for Snorlax. Let's go again. At some point I've got to use this shield, so I've really got to get the Earthquake. I've got to try and use that Earthquake after they've... oh, so let's see what they've got. I'm hoping I didn't press the button there. Oh, so they've Earthquaked me, which actually doesn't do that much damage, so I'm just going to keep spamming this Body Slam here. So this is going to be a real interesting one. Oh, so what I've really got to do is try and swap out. Oh, so they've Earthquaked me again. Oh, so that's not so good. So I don't know what they're keeping their shield for. So I'm going to Ominous Wind here, and let's see. So I should have used an Earthquake there. So I've shielded that. Let's hope I can give you something here. So they're going to get to the Earthquake before I can get to a charge move, and that's game over. So that's really unfortunate. Also, the Body Slam, so that's good. So they mustn't have enough energy, so I can now go into my Shadow Ball. This is going to be really close because they've used that Body Slam. They may not be able to get to another Earthquake in time, which they can't, and happy days. It's game to me. So really happy with that one. And good game. So obviously that Snorlax mirror takes forever because they're just doing such small amounts of damage, especially when someone hasn't got superpower. And yeah, so we'll jump into the next one. We'll see how we go here. So really hoping for a more favourable lead matchup than Dialga, because Dialga just absolutely wrecks me. So Garchomp is a really good lead for me. Well, it's a good lead. Let's see what they do. So weak connection isn't ideal. So I'm assuming they're going to Sand Tomb and then get out of there. Let's see. So I wanted to throw this off as quickly as I can, just because it's... Oof. So they could outrage me here, and because they used a shield, so am I. Let's see what they do. Oh, it is Sand Tomb, so that's really disappointing. Let's see what they do here. My defense fell. So I'm going to shield again, just because I don't want to be hit by outrage with low defense and the right move. So I'm going to Ominous Wind, so let's see what we can do. See if they shield this up as well. So they have, and now races on to see who can get to. Oh, so they've got there first. If this is outrage, I'm done for. Oh, it is outrage. Oh, that is brutal. That is really, really brutal. So let's hope I can fast move farm this down before they can get to outrage, and I can't. How quick are these? Is this charging up? This is ridiculous. Oh, so it's Sand Tomb, so that's the right move, because they're going to be fainted now in a second anyway. Let's see what they've got. So I'm going to Draco Meteor, because my defense has fallen, so I'm going to be going down pretty quickly. Oh, so I should have switched out there. I was just too slow. It would have been really good to get that switch happening, but that's fine. I didn't manage to do it, so let's see what happens here. So they're going to superpower me again, because it's going to do a whole lot of damage. And let's see what they've got in the back. So superpower and then probably get out of there, which is fine. So what do I need to do here? So I need to save up a whole lot of energy, and I just didn't pull the trigger fast enough, and this is going to take me out. But I needed to have two earthquakes back to back there to be able to threaten, so oh well. So that Giratina Dialga lead is really destroying me. I just can't come back from it from the seam. So the lead with Garchomp was also quite handy. Ugh, and this is terrible. So this is pretty much game over right here. Let's see what they bring out in response to this. So yeah, so of course they're going to bring out their Melmetal. Let's just charge this up, and let's Iron Head them. So they're probably not going to shield this, I would imagine. Yeah, and I'll see if I can get to another Iron Head, but they're probably going to come out with their own. Ooh, so I'm not going to shield this, so the superpower is probably going to go close to taking me out here, but it may not. Yeah, so it doesn't take me out, which is good. So now they've been debuffed, and they're probably going straight in for a second superpower here, so getting that, timing that is very nice there. So I'm not going to defend that. So the question is, what do I go for here? So I'm going to throw this out, because they're obviously going to throw out their own Snorlax, and then I'll swap into my Snorlax, and we'll see what happens. So they could be very much So we're just licking. So I'm going to start throwing some moves here. So they're probably wanting me to throw Superpower to debuff myself, but I'm not going to do that. Let's see what they do. So I'll throw another one. So they could very well have Giratina in the back themselves. And so they've blocked that one. So that's good. So I'm going to imagine there's going to be a whole lot of superpowers here. Let's throw another one. Let's see what they do. So they've shielded that as well. Happy days. And now here comes probably their barrage of superpowers. So I'm not going to shield the first one. I'm going to try and get in there with my own here, so I probably should have waited for one more to happen. So I'm going to shield this one up, because it'll debuff them a little bit more, and then I'll save. I've got one shield also. So Kyogre here, so I will swap out of my, swap straight out of the Snorlax there, because I'm just not going to be able to. So I'm going to Ominous Wind. So it's a Surf. Real big call on that, so I was really hoping for a Surf there. Obviously, if it was a Blizzard, it would have one-shot, and that could have turned the game, but it wasn't, so happy days. So, and then I just got a boost there, which is too little too late. Well, not too little too late, just adds it in. This game was going to be won anyway, so happy days. And that's game with one shield left, so that's really good there. So managed to pull that win out, and happy with that. So let's jump into the next one and see how we go. So I'm really hoping, again, for a non-Giratina lead would be good. A non-Dialga lead would be good. Just because Dialga just makes it such an uphill battle. So I don't know about what to do here. So I think what I'm going to do is, so in the 2 shield scenario, I lose this match. So I lose this match every single day of the week. So I'm going to go straight up Ominous Winds. They've shielded, which is good. Oh, and I've managed to get the boost there, which is really going to help me. So I am going to shield myself here, just because I can get a bit more damage done on this Togekiss, and hopefully I can get another shield, or at least get, let's see what happens. So I have got the second shield, so that one's not boosted me, which is fine. Let's see if I can get to and I got to another superpower, so that boost really has helped me there, and actually won me the matchup, so that's really good. So I'm going to throw out Dialga here. Let's see what happens. So I'm up a shield, and I've taken out, so that's probably going to be superpower, so I'm going to shield it. Yep, and then they're going to switch out. See what they go for. So they've gone for a Melmetal. So I'm going to swap into Snorlax, which is possibly a bad move. Let's see if I can get to... What? Why is the shield gone up for me? That is ridiculous. So that is not what I wanted to do. I didn't have a shield anyway, so that's really weird. So they're going to superpower me here, I would imagine. Let's hope I can get to... Oof, that does a lot of damage. So let's hope I can get to this... Oh, and I can't. So I really should have pulled the trigger on a couple of those Oh, this is bad. This is bad. So I want to get the Iron Head off. So what I might do is undercharge this, just because. Oh, so that is far too undercharged. So I'm gonna throw the Iron Head here. So this is really bad. So I've made a real mess of this, because he's going to superpower me here, and then they're going to superpower me again when the yes, the superpower does huge amounts of damage. Let's hope I can get this down, which I can, and then they're going to come out and superpower me again, so I shouldn't have undercharged. Let's see, had I charged fully, I just wasn't thinking of the switch timer. It would have been much better. This is going to be a close call, but it wasn't enough to take it, so that was really lucky. So that was really poor play on my part there, and I got a bit lucky there at the end, so lucky to get that win. So let's see. So we managed 4 wins there, so that's pretty good. First set of 5 running Snorlax, so pretty happy with that. Definitely a lot of improvements to be made. And I'm not sure about Earthquake. I don't know about Earthquake. So let's grab these rewards. See what we got. I'm going to guess Landorus. It always is. 24 balls, so happy days. Let's throw a silver pineapple berry. Wait for it to stroll on out to the middle, and then float on back to the other side, I guess. And if it would attack, would be really nice. So I can throw that one there. Let's watch it break out of a whole bunch of balls. It always seems to take a while, regardless of what you do. So 23 balls left now. So I'm going to let it hover over to the middle. So if you've not seen, I've made a video on catching legendaries in raid battles, how to improve your excellent throws. If you've not seen that, go have a look. It is useful, and as you can see, I do okay throwing the excellence. Now that I've said that, this next one that I throw is going to be an absolute brick of a throw. Probably not even going to hit the thing, but we'll see how we go. So I get pretty consistent, and I've got pretty good catch rates on all of the legendaries. Having Landorus as a reward for PvP means that the catch rate for Landorus is going to be very high, because obviously it's not running anywhere. You have to catch it, which sometimes can be a bit frustrating, especially when you're running low on Pokeballs, which I have been recently, because I've not been able to get out and spin that many stops. So if it would attack, it'd be really nice. No, it's just going to float over to the side again. So we'll see how we go. So let's think about how we did in those battles. So I think the biggest weakness I still have is when Dialga switches is the lead. So when Dialga's the lead, I have to switch to my own Dialga, which then means obviously they switch to usually their to their Registeel, to their Melmetal. So it puts me in a bit of a hard position. So let's give this on another go. So it puts me in a bit of a tough position there. And then if... Oh, so too slow on throwing out my berry. So, I don't know. It seems to... The Master League and all leagues Master League seems to be more the case, but there seems to be the main meta that's used, and everyone's running a very similar team, and it all depends on who gets the best, who wins that lead matchup, determines a huge proportion of the matches won, because lots of people are running very similar teams. Pretty much every team without fail has Dialga running in it, and that's the other thing. So my Dialga is not my buddy boost, which it could be, which would help me with those mirror matches that I swap into. But then also looking at the reason I had the Giratina is because I was getting a lot of Giratina matches at the start. Mirror matches from the leads, and that would mean that I would win those. So I think what I might do, I may buddy boost my Dialga instead, because that way if you're swapping in, you can more evenly match them in that scenario. So the other thing is, too slow. Hopefully it attacks again now. So the other thing is I could switch in my Snorlax against their Dialga, and then they're going to be worried about the superpower hitting them. And I think that may be what I do. So I reckon I'll throw in my next set of games, I'll give that a go. I'll try throwing my Snorlax in against if they're leading with a Dialga, just because that gives me a bit more coverage. There's less dedicated counters, I guess, to Snorlax running in the meta than there are for Dialga if I switch into that. So I think that's going to be what I could try for next. We'll see how we go. And missed the throw there. And obviously this is going to be the one that catches it. Oh no, it's not. And we'll see how we go. If it would attack again would be nice. So this circle is clearly not small enough. I might have to... No, there we go. So finally caught that. Took a few. And as you can see, the excellents aren't too bad. So like I said, check out that video and it can help you out. So Landorus 2006 is okay. It's nothing special. It's 11, 13, 14, so okay. Again, pretty poor, really. And let's see what difference that made to our overall rating. So 2578, so 2605. So that's pretty nice, actually. So over the 2600, which is really good. Yeah, so that's Snorlax. I think I will change my swapping, just because I'm used to obviously running the Metagross in the back there. I reckon I'll try swapping in, so when they lead with Dialga, I'll swap in my Snorlax, and that way that's sort of also bluffing them that I have the superpower there, and can get off some hits on them that way. So that's what I'll try on my next one. Hopefully this was useful. I would say Snorlax is a good addition to the team, and definitely worth sticking out a few more matches with to really sort of get used to the switches and everything like that, and really be able to utilise one, his switch potential, and two, use that Earthquake Body Slam combo, and get some shields and things like that. So I do really like the spammy nature of Body Slam, and yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.